Hello everybody, this is Taff coming in with a Taff's Word on football. I know predominantly my blogs are about Newport County and the ups and downs and everything else that comes with being a Newport County supporter, but I do tend to talk about some topical things about football. And on this occasion, I believe, in my opinion, this particular individual is one of the best managers ever to grace English football, possibly the greatest foreign manager to ever grace English football, and that's even better than Jose Mourinho as well, and that's Arsene Wenger. Where do I even start? I mean, obviously, he's just declared that he's going to be leaving his post as Arsenal manager after 21 years. Is it 21, 22 years? Still doesn't matter. You know, he still surpassed 2 decades as a manager, which in this day and age is rare as anything. It's as rare as a bloody leprechaun, to be honest with you. It's just unheard of anywhere in the world now, you know, for a manager to hold a post for that long. And fair play, he's going to be giving it up. And where I agree with a lot of Arsenal fans, he should have given it up a lot sooner. I think he fell off the boil about 3, maybe 4 seasons ago. He fell off the boil. Started underperforming. Started bringing the wrong players in, playing the wrong kind of formations, the wrong team selections and everything like that. He's fallen out with the modern game, let's just say. But the game transformed in such a way because of him. I mean, it's one of those things where there's been a lot of really horrible and disrespectful things being said about him. And people tend to forget themselves in football. I mean, when everything's going well, you know, I mean, everybody's happy. But the moment it starts going badly, that's when they start pointing the finger and start getting nasty with people. And unfortunately, Arsene Wenger has taken the brunt of that now. I understand the Wengerite people. I understand them. But what I don't understand is now he's decided to move on. The people who are still digging into him, still kicking at him, still stabbing him in the back, so to say, calling him manipulative, or he's engineered this whole thing and everything like that, or he's whatever he's done. I just don't understand where these nasty comments are coming from. Because at the end of the day, right, if you're an Arsenal supporter and you're one of these who's having a go about him, saying that he's manipulated the press, he's manipulated the board, he's looked after himself instead of looking after Arsenal, just remember something. You are one of English football's elite forces right now, and have been for 2 decades. The reason why you're even in that name of 6 current top teams, the only reason why you're within those top 6 teams is because of Arsene Wenger. Now, you look at the mid-90s and how many teams were doing well at that point. How many teams had done well previously? Leeds, Everton, Nottingham Forest are just 3 clubs that have completely fallen away from the position that they held within English football. Leeds, a title winner in '92, obviously the last ever First Division title they won. Obviously they were a powerhouse decades before that, but then they, through a fantastic youth system, Leeds was still a top force within English football for a while, and they look at them. They're down in the Championship, struggling to find their way back. Aston Villa were another top English team, again, in the Championship. Nottingham Forest, a top English team, now in the Championship. Everton, on a couple of occasions, nearly fallen into the Championship. Do you see what I'm getting at here? Arsenal, before Arsene Wenger, last won the title in 1991. Obviously, before that, they won it in '89. Before that, it was like 18 years, 18 to 20 years that you hadn't won it. So you've won, up to that point, you'd won a couple of titles, I think maybe an FA Cup or whatever. But you had no God-given right to be a top English team. I know, a lot like Chelsea wouldn't have had a God-given right without Abramovich. A lot like Man City wouldn't have had a God-given right to be where they are without Sheikh Mansour. The reason why Arsenal have that God-given right to be in that top six right now is Arsene Wenger. It's exactly is the reason why Arsenal are a powerhouse club in not just English football but European football. Now, yeah, fair enough. As I said at the beginning, he's fallen off the boil. He's lost touch with the modern game. He should have maybe given it up 3 or 4 years ago. And yeah, I can understand it's frustrating to watch, watch your club lose, draw against teams that you should be beating comfortably every week. Yeah, you can say you should be challenging for the title, but I don't think anybody's got that right to say that now. I mean, there's 6 clubs that every single season could potentially win that title. What's to say Arsenal have to be the one to win it? Who's to say Liverpool have to be the one? Man United have to be the one? City or Tottenham or Chelsea? None of them have got a God-given right to win that title. You'll win that title completely on merit. Now, Arsenal have obviously come close. I think Arsenal are the ones who've been consistently better than others for the last sort of 10 years without winning the title, if you know what I mean. So Tottenham have only recently fallen into the top category now. Chelsea have won a title or two. Well, I think they've won 2 titles in the last few years, but then they've also been extremely poor for some of those years as well. Like this season, they're doing particularly badly as well. Man City have been poor in some years, but won titles in others. Man United, since Ferguson have left, haven't won a title. And in my opinion, I don't think they look like winning a title. Football now, I mean, back in Mourinho's heyday, should we call it, it was all about grinding out the results. It was all about tactically knowing how to win or draw a football match, or to just not lose a football match. Wenger transformed, in a similar sort of way, the result achieved. Well, how can I put this right? He constructed a way of playing football to basically not lose the game, or basically to just win however means you need to, to basically, it's a difficult one to explain. He just knew how to win games. He just knew how to grind those results out. He knew what kind of players to put where, and he knew exactly what they were going to do for that game, and then they would go and do it. And the only team in the Premier League era to go for a full season undefeated as well. At the end of the day, that's one thing no one will ever top. I don't think that's ever going to ever happen again. The only team I ever really thought was going to look like doing that was City this year, until Liverpool beat them. So, you understand exactly what I'm saying. I know I've rambled on for 8 minutes about this, but Arsene Wenger turned Arsenal into the powerhouse they are now. Arsenal will always be a top team because Arsene Wenger put you on that pedestal. So all I'm saying to the Arsenal fans out there who are slating that bloke right now, even though he said he's going to walk, you can imagine what it's like for someone who's been in the same position, caring about the same thing for 2 decades. You don't give that amount of time of your life to not care, because that is what a lot of people are alleging right now. That he doesn't care about Arsenal, he cares about Arsene Wenger, cares only about Arsene Wenger, and he's manipulated everything to keep that post just to self-serve from it. And I think that's bang out of order. You don't give over 2 decades of your life to something that you don't care about. So in my opinion, Arsene Wenger cares deeply about Arsenal Football Club. He's not manipulated anything. He's not engineered anything. He's done his best for your football club for over 2 decades. He's giving you successes that, I'll tell you something now, you probably weren't going to get if he hadn't took over your football club. At all. Those are memories you would not have if Arsene Wenger was not your manager at any point. So he's giving you all that. Just show the bloke a bit of respect and let him walk away with his head held high, with a bit of dignity. Because at the end of the day, he, in my opinion, is still the greatest foreign manager to ever grace even the British game. Anywhere in Britain, he's the best foreign manager to ever come anywhere near anywhere in British football. So that's that. So, to a legend, Arsene Wenger, all the best wherever you may go. Thank you very much, and until the next time, cheerio for now.